JV. United go through. We're into a semi-final. Wembley, hopefully. I don't know if it's going to be at Wembley or not, but we're into the semi-finals. Hard work getting there, though. Why was it so difficult tonight for Man United, in your opinion?
In my opinion, what made it so difficult is the fact that a lot of those players is this first time they're playing since this whole COVID break. And I feel like it was kind of like the whole match seemed to me like the first 5 or 10 minutes against Tottenham where it was a bit slow. Do you get what I mean? You can see that a few players were off the pace, you know. So when I seen that, I did expect. I thought we would have just got a winner just before 90 minutes. Do you get what I mean? I thought we would have seen Norwich get a bit more tired because they probably don't have as much quality off the bench as us. But what I would like to say is I'm happy to see that certain players took a bit of advantage. So, like, for me, Shaw played very well tonight.
Yeah.
You know, the one we criticise him for not going forward, but probably one of the one times he goes forward results in that goal. You get what I mean, from Igalo. So it's one of them really. But what I would also say is it reminded me a lot of that game against Macclesfield, you know, earlier in the season.
Yeah.
And we did it dragged like that, and that ended up going to penalties. But in this one, the extra quality of what we have now from then, or even, you know, if it's players available, it showed a little bit. Just that, for me, that pass from Pogba for that last goal, that is the type of stuff what you need, where it's not really conventional. Do you get what I mean? No one would have expected him to pass it in that manner, but it's like a cheeky flick pass, and then it opens them up. It broke down their block, because I think they played very well, Norwich. They give us a hard game.
Yeah. I think that's we also have to be fair. Like, I'm sitting as a United fan frustrated. I think we have to give massive credit to Norwich. I think I was just watching the replays as you're talking there on the screen. There was at least 4, maybe 5, saves in the second half, end of the second half of normal time and in extra time, where Tim Krul's pulling off worldy saves as well. So it was great last minute blocks. It was great tackles. There was a few times where we didn't get our passes right. And then when we did, Tim Krul's pulling off great saves. And I am happy that we've come out the end of that with the victory, because I think, you know, there've been times in the past where we wouldn't have done, as an example, and we pick it up. And I was really happy for Maguire as well. I thought defensively, and this is how I tweeted out saying he was having a sensational game at about 60 odd minutes. And I'm having all these one Liverpool fan called me warped. He said, "You're so warped with your tweets." What do you mean warped? He says, "You're just trying to justify the 80 million. You're trying to make him sound like he's the best in the league." I was like, "No, I'm just saying he had a good game today." It shows it's on your mind. I just said, me praising him in one game, and he did have a good game, and then he goes and gets the winner. So I was happy for Maguire as well today, because he gets a lot of undue criticism. Were there any other positives you had from the game, though? Where you think, okay, that looked good, or is it more a case of this, watch the game back, let's learn from it, and count our lucky stars that it didn't go to penalties?
One thing I would take from the game is the fact that even though it wasn't working, we kept pushing. There's been times before where it's not working, and then you start to see the sideways passes coming in, and you start to see people like, oh, you know what, I'll leave it to someone else to win it for us. We kept going. One thing I like from Ollie as well is where he sacrificed because you know, we normally get at him for not being very tactical. I think that's it might be because of it's Norwich and it's an FA Cup game. Whether we would do that against a bigger team is a different thing. But I think that was a very good piece of tactician. Very good piece of tactician, don't make sense. Very good bit of tactics from the manager.
I agree. I think that's a really good point as well. You know, he's very positive in his substitutions. He pushed them all forward, and you know, we had the ball in the right places. We just weren't at the rate. Like, I thought Bruno overall had a really poor game today, and that's what I would say to Man United fans is don't turn on him, because you can see, and this is where Man United fans have got to grow a pair of, you know, they've got to be strong here. Do you know what? We've got to act more like women and not like men. And I say that because 97% of our viewers here on the Football Terrace are men. This is where Man United fans got to act more like women. And we've got to let it be water for ducks back, because rivals are going to use this one poor performance from Bruno in the time he's been here to go, he's overrated. What you've got to do is just say, we're allowing him to have some bad performances because we know how brilliant he is. That's where we need to be strong, as opposed to, where was he? And going all mental, mate. But listen, I appreciate you coming on, JV, having your say. We'll chat to you again soon, bro.
Yeah, safe, bro.
Stop, man.